So if you've been watching the past couple episodes, you know that we're in the process of moving the security control panel from the right-hand side wall to the back wall. That gives me more room for the audio equipment as it goes in. And if you decide to upgrade your built-in or pre-wired security system yourself, you're probably going to do what I did, and you're going to pull the box open, and there's going to be a jumble of all these wires in there, and none of them are marked, and you have no idea where any of these go to. And I think they kind of do it on purpose. You may find a diagram on the inside of the door of the control panel that says which contact goes to which thing, but I don't even know if I'd trust that. So you'll find two kinds of wires. This is a 4-pair 22, and you'll find 2-pair 22s. The 4-pair are usually white, green, black, and red. Your 2 pairs are just going to go black and red. And what it is that these 4 pairs are going to go to your passive infrared motion detectors. This may also go to your fire alarm, or if it's going to a door or window contact, it's usually just a black and red wire. So once you pull out this nest of all these wires and you're sitting there just absolutely freaking out, like, what did I get myself into? I'm going to teach you how to make it really easy to figure out where all these go to without killing yourself. So what you need to do is go around your home and you need to find out where all of your security items are. For instance, I've got a door contact on the front door contact on the back door, one on the garage door, one on the garage door that leads into the kitchen. You may find ones that are tied to different windows for window contacts, glass break sensors in the ceiling. So you need to go around and identify every single one of these and make a list of what it is and where it's located. Okay. So then what you do is let's take these 4-wire pair, for instance. So let's say you have 5 different passive infrareds in the house. Maybe one in the kitchen, one in the sunroom, one in the entryway, one in the dining room, one in the master bedroom, one in the hallway, wherever. So you've got 4 wires, right? So what you do is it's really easy. Let's take this one because I gave myself a little bit of lead time. So I'm going to take this green and this white wire, and I'm going to twist these 2 together after I take the passive infrared off the wall, and I dismount the whole thing, right? So I'm going to take these 2 off, and I'm going to twist them together, and then I'm going to write down, say, front entryway, green, white, right? And then I'm going to go to the one in the dining room, and I'm going to twist the black and the red together, and I'm going to go passive infrared, black, white, dining room. And you've got 4 wires, so you can go white, green, you can go white, red, white, black, green, red, green, black, green, white, So anyway, you get the idea. You can have different combinations, right? So let's say I've twisted these 2 together, and this is the front entryway, and let's say this is the dining room. Then I'm going to come around to the security control room where the panel is that I just disconnected everything from. And I'm going to take my Fluke, and I'm going to turn this thing on to right here. So you have it set right there. And then we're going to press this button. And then what that does is it turns it into an audible alarm. So if I take this, and remember I've got red, black, and green, white. So if I come over here and I go white, red, I get nothing, right? But then if I come over here and do white, green, can you hear that? It's beeping at you. In fact, hold on. Let me see if I can put this better so you can hear it and see it. So does that make sense? So now you can see it, you can hear it, and my green, white is to the front. So I've identified that wire pair. And then if I come over here to the black, red, I've identified that wire pair. And it's the same thing for all your 2-pair wires that are black, red. You just go to one door, you take off the door contact very carefully, and then you take these 2 and you twist them together. And then you can go around to all your double pairs and you can black, red, knot, black, red, knot, black, red, knot, black, red, knot, black, red, beep. And you get a beep and oh, okay, that's the front entry's door. And then you mark that, right? And then You go back and untwist that because now you've got that labeled and identified, and you put that back, and then you go to the back door and you go black, red knot, black, red knot, black, red knot. Okay, that's the back door. And that's the easiest way to identify it without killing yourself. Yeah, it takes a little bit of running back and forth, but if you look in there and you have no idea what everything is labeled, that is the easiest way to figure it out without killing yourself and without freaking out that, oh my God, all these wires aren't labeled, they aren't marked, I have no idea where they go to. You can just go around and identify them very quickly, very easily. Well, very quickly. It may be a little bit of a pain running back and forth, taking one contact out and the next, especially if you got a ton of contacts. But if you do, that's actually a good thing. Now, my next trick for you guys to make your lives a lot easier. If you go out and you get one of those label makers that you stick like on boxes and stuff to make everything nice and pretty, they will stick to this wire. So what I do is I put a label from the label maker, and I'm using electrical tape as an example. So just be understanding that this is a label from the label maker. I put the label on the label maker here, and it says maybe front door or back door or passive infrared, whatever. So it's labeled here. The problem with the label maker stuff is that the label maker tape is not made to be bent like this. So after a while, it'll start popping off, and don't ask me how I know that, because I came in and a bunch of labels were sitting on the floor and I was not thrilled with it because I had to go back and retrace them and figure out which ones they were. So what I did is I learned that, well, electrical tape works really good for sticking stuff together, especially on wiring. So I put the label exactly like this, crimped it around, and then at the very end, I left a couple spaces of blank, and then I twisted a tab onto the end. And then I crimped it really well, and then I snipped off the excess, and that held the label on. So I did one here, and then I did a second one at the end. So if you're looking in the cabinet when I finally get it done and you see it next time, you will see where the label is on there, but I've got these little tabs at each end of the label that is pressed down and crimped into place and holding the label on. And it worked perfectly. This electrical tape does not allow it to come off, even though the backside of those labels decide to just kind of peel apart. So that is how I did that. So that's the easiest way to label, mark, and trace all your wiring.